What's going on, Deep Dive Spear Crew? Got Brock here working on the 1973 222. This is episode 25. Slow go, still working on it. Last episode I put in these lips right here for the deck to sit on. Now I'm going to go ahead and extend those on up all the way to the bow. So I'll take all of this loose, get some Coosa ready to lay in those areas right there. Here we go. So I put my laser out and I marked my laser line with a few different points. Now I got to measure down from those marks because I used a 2x4 to set my laser on. Got to measure down that distance. So the thickness of my 2x4 is 1.5 inches, obviously, so I got to drop it 1.5 inches. But also, I don't know if you can see where the laser comes out to the bottom of the laser housing itself. You got to take into account that also. So the laser line comes out right there, so you got a 1 inch drop from where the laser comes out to the bottom of the housing. So I'll actually have to drop 2.5 inches to count for that distance and also the thickness of my 2x4. So this point right here, I'm marking my last few spots for the deck as it moves up toward the bow. Keep the same sweep. So I've got 2x4 screwed down to my deck lip pieces, making a flat area, and I'll take my level, keep it flat on that 2x4 and extend it up, and wherever the bottom point touches along each side, I'll make a mark, and that's where I'll run my Coosa. Now, because the board has 1.5 inches thickness, I'm going to actually have to drop down 1.5 inches from those marks to count for the thickness of the 2x4. And that should be where I'm supposed to be. So the deck is sitting at a 25-degree angle, and so I have to cut a 25-degree miter cut on the top of these deck lips so that the deck will lay flat. So that's what I'm doing. I've set my table saw 25 degrees. Alright, I've done you can see the miter I put on this. Now I have to cut some relief cuts through this so that it can actually flex. This 1.5 inch Coosa is solid, and so I'll come through here cutting relief cuts down this edge. You'll see it where it actually it'll flex and lay up against the side of the pole itself. Well, I got that all laid out. Last thing to do is mix up some thickened resin and glue it in. We're gonna keep on keeping on. Nothing too deep. Deep Dive Spear Crew out.